I was nothing more than a prop. His best teammate of all time, he called me. He couldn't have been more condescending if he tried. Each episode was the same. Michael on a pedestal. His teammates secondary, smaller. The message no different from when he referred to us back then as his supporting cast. From one season to the next, we received little or no credit whenever we won, but the bulk of the criticism when we lost. Michael Jordan would never have been Jordan without me, Horace Grant, Tony Kukoc, John Paxson, Steve Kerr, Dennis Rodman, Bill Cartwright, Ron Harper, B.J. Armstrong, Luke Longley, Will Perdue, Bill Wennington, and I apologize to anyone we've left out. I now want to bring in NBA insider Brian Windhorst this morning. Windy, thank you so much for being with us. And I will get to you in just a minute. Stephen A., I'm going to start with you. Is Scottie Pippen justified in these remarks?
No. I think he went over the line. Wendy, you know me. It's good to see you, my brother. Keep up the great work. You know I've been on the phone a lot last night and certainly over the last few months. A few months ago, I haven't spoken to Scottie Pippen in a few months, but I spoke to Scottie Pippen once Last Dance was on the air. I'm aware of his feelings. Obviously, I've spoken to Michael Jordan on numerous occasions, including last night. Guys like Isaiah Thomas is relevant in this conversation as well, along with various others. Let me be very, very clear. Scottie Pippen should be ashamed of himself. Now, I'm not going to crucify Scottie because obviously he's in a different place mentally, and there must be a lot going on, and my heart goes out to him because this is clearly an underappreciated, or at least a person who feels he is underappreciated. And just in case you feel underappreciated, Scottie Pippen, let me remind you that the world recognizes you as one of the top 50 players in NBA history, a two-time Olympic gold medalist, a six-time champion. The entire decade of the 90s, the man was first-team all-defensive NBA, for crying out loud. The brother, him guarding Magic Johnson is what delivered the NBA championship for the first time to the Chicago Bulls. We all know the greatness of Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan also knows that greatness, which is why Michael Jordan is on the record saying he's the greatest teammate that he ever had. So here we are nearly 30 years later, and this is what you do. It seems like Scottie Pippen is blaming Michael Jordan for what has ailed him. So let's go back in history because we need to correct the record. And if I sound like I am coming to the defense of Michael Jordan, you damn right I am. You damn right, because he deserves to be defended in this regard. Scottie Pippen comes into the NBA in 1987. Scottie Pippen keeps bringing up how Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan because of us. Well, he was a champion because of y'all. And if he didn't win championships, clearly that would have been bad for his legacy, no doubt. But Wendy, do I need to remind anybody, and please let me see Wendy when I'm talking to her, do I need to remind anybody of who the hell Michael Jordan was before Scottie Pippen ever arrived? We're talking Michael Jordan. We're talking about the NBA, who was promoting Magic and Bird and said, well, wait a minute, pause. Even while the bad boy Detroit Pistons was interrupting the proceedings by winning back-to-back titles and going to 3 straight NBA finals, they said, pause. This dude right here is going to take our league to another stratosphere. This is when Michael Jordan was getting bounced out in the first round. That's how great he was to the human eye. So to act like, oh my goodness, we helped him win and that's what made Michael Jordan. No, it actually made y'all. That's number one. Number two, Scottie Pippen. We love you, bro. But there's no way to get around certain things. Number one, in 88, 89, if I remember correctly, Wendy, you got the migraine. Why did I bring up the migraine? Why did I bring up Isaiah Thomas? Because when the Jordan rules were implemented by Chuck Daly and the Detroit Pistons, they were called the Jordan rules. But ask Isaiah Thomas, who I also spoke to this morning, and by the way, who respects Scottie, even though Scottie told me personally, he wouldn't spit on Isaiah Thomas's grave if he wouldn't spit on Thomas if he was on fire. That's what he said months ago. That's what he said. Okay, he can't stand Isaiah Thomas. Okay, but Isaiah Thomas implemented the Jordan rules. Wendy, you know this. I'm sorry, Detroit Pistons implemented the Jordan rules. The Jordan rules wasn't just for Jordan. They were also for Scottie because they said screens, back picks, and other things. If you put Scottie Pippen through that, mentally, we believed we could take him out. And even though the migraine was real, we believe that's what caused the migraine. Okay? So then they win their first championship in 91. Jerry Reinsdorf is the owner of the Chicago Bulls. He tells Scottie Pippen, do not sign this 5-year, $18 million deal. I'm telling you right now, you'll be worth more in a year or two because I do not renegotiate in the middle of contracts. If you sign this deal, you're going to have to stick with it. Scottie Pippen, reflecting on his dad, God rest his soul, that was in a wheelchair, his brother who was in a wheelchair, remembering Darryl Stingley, who was paralyzed in the New England Patriots by the late Jack Tatum on that hit in preseason from the Oakland Raiders to Darryl Stingley of the New England Patriots. Scottie Pippen remembered all of that and said, yo, I got to take this money now. Even though Reinsdorf personally told him, you're going to regret it, he still signed that deal. That's not Jordan's fault. And then, by the way, last but not least, did y'all know that on the basketball court, we ain't talking marketing, we ain't talking promotions, Wendy, on the basketball court, did you know that Scottie Pippen made more money than Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan never made more than $4 million a year for the first 11 years of his career. The last 2 years, he signed a $30 and a $33 million deal. And all the teams signed off on him getting that money because of what he meant to the league. Michael Jordan made $97 million in his career. Scottie Pippen made $107 million because he got 67.2 from Houston, ultimately moved to Portland, and he made the other money with the 30% of his salary with the Chicago Bulls. That's not Jordan's fault. And so when you look at all of those things that we bring into the equation, here you are nearly 3 decades later, and you're going to call this brother out because of the decisions that you made? Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.